Okay.
Okay, I see it. It's recording. Okay, perfect. We officially are going to start. Hi, everyone. I'm Rish, and I'm the ops chair at PIIC, a club that I've been in and been in love with since my freshman fall. Back then, I really never would have expected to learn as much or find as much of a supportive family as I've really found at PIIC. And I hope that over the next half hour or so, you get a better sense of why I joined, why all the other people in board had joined, and why I decided to stay ultimately. So along with me is the 2020 executive board, and now I'll just let them introduce themselves. So board, let's do name, peak role, hometown, year, and what you are studying.
Hey everyone, I am Ella. I am president of PIIC. I am originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan, but I am in Philly right now. I am a junior in Wharton, and I'm concentrating in finance and social impact.
Hi everyone, I'm Yadel. I'm the vice president of PIIC. I'm originally from Monterrey, Mexico, but I'm in Philly as well now. And I'm majoring in business analytics and doing minors in computer science and data science after I changed my career 3 times, but now I'm set.
Hi everyone, my name is Uri. I'm the senior consulting chair for PIIC. I am originally from Guatemala and I'm studying systems engineering.
Hello everyone, my name is Amber and I am the associate consultant chair for PIIC. I'm from Riverside, California, and I am double majoring in psychology and political science, specifically international relations, and minoring in economic policy.
How's it going, guys? I'm Turner. I'm the current finance chair for PIIC. I'm from Middleville, Michigan, and I'm in Wharton, concentrating in entrepreneurial management and doing a minor in computer science.
A little bit about our.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. You'll be hearing a lot from the board. And now before we jump in specifically about our structure and teams and what we do, we're just going to play a quick video that we made, which kind of sums up PIIC and all that we do. So let's do it.
Welcome. Penn International Impact Consulting is the oldest student-run consultancy at Penn, providing pro bono consulting services to NGOs and social entrepreneurs in developing regions. Working closely with CEOs and founders of some of the largest international nonprofits, we strive to create sustainable social impact through off-site and Penn's only on-site consulting engagements that produce scalable, measurable results that can empower real change. Our consultants work with NGOs and social enterprises on a diverse set of projects and deliverables throughout the school year and at the NGO's headquarters during the first month of the summer. Our overall goal is to take what we've learned at Penn to create sustainable and long-term impact for our partners. Since the founding of PIIC, we've made good on our mission to create long-lasting global change. We have visited more than 40 countries and worked with over 70 NGOs on projects ranging from peace building to HIV transmission prevention to rural development. This year, PIIC has 7 teams working with NGOs and social enterprises in 5 different continents. You might find yourself building a financial model for a new e-commerce platform, conducting an impact assessment of a pilot initiative, or developing an internal research paper on green management practices. The possibilities for the scope of your work are limitless. But PIIC is so much more than just the work. We're a small, close-knit community where everyone knows each other. PIIC is famous on Penn's campus for being one of the most social clubs with secret Santas, Friendsgivings, escape rooms, karaoke nights, haunted houses. We've done it all. Even in a virtual environment, PIIC is committed to building our community through regular GBMs, Zoom socials, movie nights, and much more. You'll just have to wait and see. The time you will spend with your consulting team especially the on-site trip where you might find yourself playing blackjack in the Gambia or surfing in Chile, are lifelong experiences. Members in PEAK have found roommates, marathon partners, ice skating instructors, and lifelong friends in each other. Interested in joining us? For the upcoming school year, you will have the opportunity to join PEAK's 2020 Associate Consultant class. We have members from all 4 schools, and you need 0 consulting or business experience to join us. We'll teach you everything that you need to know. You'll also have access to our extensive network of alumni who are working in top firms in consulting, finance, tech, and everything in between, as well as join our career treks to New York and Washington, D.C. If you are somebody with a dedication to social impact, who collaborates well in teams and is genuinely curious about learning and growing through PEAK, there's a place for you. Learn more on our website at penniic.org and like our Facebook page at UPennPeak for all the info on the 2020 recruiting cycle, including our events, video testimonials, projects, interview tips, and so much more. Learn about how you can make an impact, build professional skills, discover career opportunities, and become a part of the PEAK family.
Okay, cool. So we're going to start off by giving an overview of PEAK and talking a little bit more about what we do, and then we'll go into the impact of our work, and we'll talk about the consulting experience and associate consultant responsibilities before ending with a discussion of your candidacy and a Q&A period. PEAK is the oldest student-run consultancy at Penn, and we work with NGOs, which stands for non-governmental organization, in different developing regions around the world to create global impact. Our consultants work with these NGOs both from Penn's campus throughout the academic year and also at the NGO's headquarters abroad during the first month of summer. Our overall goal is to teach what we've learned at Penn and during our unique training sessions to create sustainable and long-term social impact for our NGO partners. However, our work does not stop there. We also raise student awareness on the importance of international development and social impact's role in the professional world. And we'll discuss some more about our on-campus impact initiatives later during the presentation. As a member of PEAK, you'll simultaneously be part of a team and the larger AC cohort. Your team is who you will work with throughout the year on your NGO client deliverables. Teams are led by 2 senior consultants, who we call SC, and they are older PEAK members who have a little more experience and they lead the teams. In addition to the 2 SCs, there'll be about 4 to 5 associate consultants per team. And when we place the ACs onto these consulting teams, your interests and preference will be taken into heavy consideration. In addition to your team, all incoming ACs, regardless of team placement, will be part of a fall 2020 AC cohort. With your AC cohort, you'll attend social events and trainings throughout the academic year. As you can see, PEAK's structure is really unique in that it allows you to be part of a smaller team with students in all years, as well as part of the larger club through our associate consultant cohort class. PEAK members also have so much more than just a working relationship. We really are a family and everybody knows everybody. Over the course of the year, we plan tons of social events for the club as a whole. As you can see in the slide, last year we had BYOs and a Halloween party, a PEAK restaurant week, brunches, and a holiday gift exchange. And the time you spend with your consulting team, especially during the 3-week on-site trip, that's what makes PEAK a real family. There's no doubt that spending 3 weeks traveling the world with 5 other people provides an incredible bonding experience because you're literally with them 24/7, and the relationships we formed is what keeps us all coming back year after year. Now Yadel's going to talk a little bit more about PEAK's impact.
Hi everyone. So since PEAK was founded in 2005, we've made good on our mission to create long-lasting global change. We have visited more than 40 countries on every continent, aside from Oceania and Antarctica, because we don't want to freeze. And we have partnered with more than 70 NGOs with specialties ranging from peace building, HIV transmission prevention, to rural development. We have also had the pleasure of scoping, completing, and analyzing the impact of more than 85 unique on-site and off-site consulting engagements. Now, to give you guys a taste of the kind of work that we do and the unique consulting experiences we've had, we're going to talk about some of our past projects and trip experiences. And with that, I'll pass it off to Uri to talk about his trip to the Gambia.
Hi, everyone. So during our trip to the Gambia, we partnered with One Track International, an NGO that's battling the global orphan crisis by placing children in family units within their community. We spent almost a month in the Gambia working on their monitoring and evaluation strategies so that the NGO could successfully track and measure its impact. We also got the chance to enjoy and travel around Western Africa. We went on a safari, we crossed the border into Senegal, we chilled by the beach, and even got to party a few days in the city of Banjul.
My freshman year, I was consulting for Ways for Change, which is a surf therapy NGO for kids in Cape Town. And my team and I, we were consulting on Ways for Change's new app that links in-field data tracking with peer-to-peer payments. So some of the deliverables we worked on were marketing deliverables. We conducted case studies on existing users of that app while we were in Cape Town. We also did a financial model and created a pitch deck. So we had lots of diverse deliverables that kind of benefited everybody on the team because we all had different interests. And in addition to working in Cape Town, we also had time to explore the city. So we went snorkeling with seals, we went to some vineyards, and we climbed a bunch of mountains. In the back, you can see Table Mountain, which is what we hiked. So it's a really great time. You work hard, but you also get a chance to explore and get closer with the city that you're working in.
So as you can see from Uri's and Nella's experiences, like PIIC does very meaningful work with NGOs across all the world. They're all very diverse in terms of the location, the mission, the work that we do. And thanks to these, our consultants have developed a wide variety of skills and obtained unique and incredible experiences that align with our personal goals in the club. And now Amber will talk a little bit more about the AC experience and what you guys can expect coming into PIIC.
Thanks, Yadel. So for the upcoming school year, you will have the opportunity to join PIIC's Associate Consultant Class of 2020. Each consulting team is made up of about 4 ACs and 2 senior consultants and will serve an NGO client for the full year. Teams will start the year by conducting conference calls with their clients and formulating project deliverables that best serve the NGO's needs. Based on your deliverables, you may find yourself building a financial model for a new retailing initiative, conducting an impact assessment of a volunteering program, or developing an internal research paper on sustainable management practices. Really, the opportunities are endless. We spend the school year consulting on campus, conducting offsite research and analysis, hosting conference calls with clients to communicate our progress, and delivering mid-year progress reports. At the end of the year, most consulting teams will travel to where their NGO is based to conduct an on-site consulting engagement. So you actually get to engage with the people that you are helping and the NGOs that you are helping. These engagements typically last 3 to 4 weeks, allowing for consulting teams to work closely with their client's management team and deliver robust and effective recommendations at the close of the engagement. I also want to emphasize that PIIC, despite being really small, offers tons of leadership opportunities. We have leadership positions for committee heads, senior consultants, and the executive board. Overall, this is roughly about 20 leadership opportunities for the 50 to 60 members in PIIC. I also want to talk a little bit about the consultant trainings. So as a student-run consulting group, we fully recognize the need for personal and career development, and PIIC works to meet that demand through a number of internal initiatives. As an incoming member of PIIC, we do not expect any prior consulting experience or training. None whatsoever. We teach you everything. Once you have been admitted to the AC cohort, PIIC will provide comprehensive training throughout the year on topics from pitch decks to modeling. This training program has been carefully crafted by our board to offer you the tools and technical skills required to excel both in your consulting engagement for PIIC and in your personal endeavors. In addition, we have club-wide training run by professional consulting firms such as McKinsey and BCG. Next up, I will pass it off to Turner to speak about opportunities outside of consulting.
Awesome. So PIIC is also super committed to community engagement. We host a number of events relating to both consulting and social impact, but we're planning collaborative projects with other groups on campus that also share our values so we can really get that community engagement. The networking opportunities and career tracks that we have as well. We extend, our group extends you to an incredible network of students and alumni working in diverse career fields. Because of our long history, we have alumni working at top firms in every industry, including consulting, finance, NGOs, and tech. PIIC has a general appeal to individuals with strong problem solving and critical thinking skills, which has enabled us to establish such a strong and diverse alumni network. We also host 1 to 2 career tracks per year for PIIC members to tour offices and build relationships with companies in both New York City and Washington, D.C., and now remotely. Now I'll pass it off to Uri to talk a bit more about our 2020-2021 consulting engagements.
So this year we're going to have 6 projects, 4 of them on-site and 2 of them off-site. First, we have Team Thailand working with Warm Heart, an organization that fosters access to healthcare, jobs, and education in rural communities. They'll be mostly focused on the commercialization of their BioCart products, which is a soil amendment that increases crop yields. Then we have Team Philippines, who will be working with 1 Million Lights that provides clean lighting for rural communities. And they're going to be focusing on financial modeling and assessment of their long-term projects. Then Team Morocco will be consulting for the High Atlas Foundation in Morocco, who conducts a variety of projects in sustainable agriculture. PIIC will be working on a business plan for their new walnut plantation. Then our team in Peru will be working with Loop, an organization targeting plastic pollution by creating products out of recycled plastics. They're going to be focused on their legal certifications and impact assessment. Then Team Nigeria will be working on introducing electric mobility in emerging economies in partnership with the United Nations Environmental Program. So that's pretty exciting. They will be researching behavioral impediments of switching to electric alternatives and provide marketing recommendations. And finally, our other offsite team is partnering with Trees for the Future, a global organization that works to improve the lives of impoverished farmers and recover degraded lands. Our members will be working on improving the agribusiness workshops and formalizing their fundraising strategy. I will now pass it on to Rish, who will talk about your candidacy.
Cool. Thank you very much, Uri. So like, first off, I could not emphasize this strong enough. We only have 2 qualifications for someone when we're recruiting for PIIC, and it's personality and passion. We're not necessarily looking for people that have changed the world or started a nonprofit that's like raised $20 million or saved hundreds of lives. Like if that's you, cool, definitely join PIIC. We want you. But most of you just started college, and we don't choose based on past experience as much as we do based on potential, passion, and aptitude. I walked into PIIC knowing absolutely nothing about consulting, having literally 0 professional experience, and it wasn't a problem because I think that I was just really excited about like learning and growing through the club, and I think that every single other person on the board and in the club will say the same exact thing. So don't feel like you are underqualified at all like for this position, because that's just not the case. Anybody can problem solve. So now just to understand a bit of the resources that we provided to the club application process. Of course, like we totally get it. It can be extremely intimidating. So we've done as best as we could to develop some resources to make it as transparent as possible. So first off, we've released an interview guide, which is available on our website that includes interview tips, best practices, frequently asked questions, as well as answers. And I can tell you, like last year, I literally was like in my dorm room, like before every single round of interviews, and my roommate and I, we practiced these questions, and both of us are in PIIC now. I'm not gonna say that it's a guarantee, but like definitely take advantage of the interview guide. We'll ask, if not like close to identical, but like very similar questions. Best advice for walking into an interview is like, you just wanna be prepared so that you can walk in and just be your most genuine self, because that's who we really want to know. Secondly, we offer some non-evaluative casual coffee chats and just a low-key Sunday event where you can meet PIIC members between the first and second rounds. I really want to emphasize the fact that they're not evaluative at all. We're not going to be like taking notes about like what you are like in like a normal setting. It's more than anything just an opportunity for you to meet us and like just get to know us on a more personal level. So don't feel like you have to attend, but definitely take advantage of it, just to get like a better idea of like the vibe of the club and like some of us and like our backgrounds and our interests and why we like the club. But don't like go in like feeling like this should be a pressured event. Also, we have our annual report that was published for 2019 and 2020 on our Facebook and our website, and also on the Penn Club's page. There, you're going to see like letters from the incoming and outgoing president, as well as like a summary of the projects that we had been working on in the last year. And as always, website and social media is like just your best bet to go to. So penniac.org, it has all the information about our recruiting timeline and any recruiting events, as well as like links to stuff. So definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. Our YouTube channel, Amber has done such an amazing job making really cool videos for the YouTube, where you get to see some of us some more to talk about like the culture, specific projects, and like just our advice for you in more detail. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. And then just keep up with our Facebook page. I post pretty obnoxiously regularly just so you can stay up to date and just have an idea what's going on. And then lastly, join our listserv if you haven't already. And if you're having trouble receiving emails, check your promotions and add us to your contacts. It happens sometimes, just so you know. Now for a couple of important dates. So first off, we have 9/14. So that is this Monday at 8 p.m. We just have like a PIIC meet and greet where we're testing out like this new like software which we might use. So like the links will be sent out very soon. Like, so you'll see that either on our Facebook event or like in the email, which we'll send out to you. And it's just a chance for you to get to talk in smaller settings with just PIIC members. So like we'll just be hanging out. There's nothing like particularly like that you have to come prepared with. Like we just really want to meet you, and if you just want to go like meet us and like just meet other freshmen, definitely pull through. It should be fun. Secondly, super important, application deadline is 9/20, so that is next Sunday at midnight sharp. We will not be considering any applications that are submitted any point afterwards. Like I get the hustle, I get the grind. I was there like submitting apps at like 11:57 p.m. That's cool. Like we won't judge you for that, but just make sure they're in by 11:59, because we won't be able to consider it afterwards. And then after that, we're going to be moving into 2 rounds of interviews. More in the interviews you can find in the interview guide, but just to give you an idea of the dates, it's going to be like the 25th to the 26th are the first rounds, and then I think it's like October 1st is our second round interview. So now at this point, thank you guys so much for listening and hopefully learning a bit more about PIIC and what we do, and just a preview of this club and why we love it. We're now just going to segue into more of a Q&A session where you can ask any questions that you have for us. To make this a little bit more manageable, I think we have like a ton of people here. We're going to be splitting into breakout rooms, so you don't have to wait forever for your question to be answered. And when we do that, like just don't feel pressured to, but like encourage, like you can like turn on your camera and just hang out. Okay, so I'm going to create those breakout rooms. That should take just 1 second. Okay. In that time, Ella, why don't you just tell us your favorite PIIC memory?